entrepreneurship development and export oriented skills for the day two. We have a very senior people around as a speakers. So starting with we have with us Mr. N. Babu. He is a Deputy Registrar of Trademarks and GI Trademarks Registry, Kolkata, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Thank you so much, Babu, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your precious time, sir.
Okay, thank you.
We
Good
have,
morning, everybody.
We have Mr. Piyush Ranjan, Assistant General Manager, SME Department from State Bank of India, from Shillong. Thank you so much, Mr. Piyush, for joining us. We also have Mr. Sujit Kumar Mohanty. He's Assistant Professor from National Institute of Fashion Technology, Shillong. He's on his ways. So he requested to proceed with the proceedings. So he'll be joining us shortly. We also have Mr. Bidhan Das, who is also addressing us virtually. He's a Deputy Director and Regional Head from Indian Institute of Packaging from Kolkata under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Mr. Bidhan Das, thank you
Yes,
so much, sir, for joining.
thank you,
I
thank you.
hope we are audible to you.
Yes,
Great. Thank you so much, sir.
thank you.
We also have Mr. R.S. Nongri. He's the Assistant Director in charge, MSME Development Institute, Shillong, Meghalaya, under the Ministry of MSME, Government of India. Thank you so much, Mr. Nongri, for joining us. We also have Dr. Saju Adhikari. He's a Business Development Manager, who's also joining us virtually on, he's going to speak about the organic certifications and market linkages. He's from Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, APEDA, under the Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Government of India. To Saju.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saju, for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, would like to request my colleague to help to start a small token of felicitation. I'd like to request Mr. Ishanta Shobha Pandit to kindly felicitate our speakers. I would like to request Mr. Ishanta Shobha Pandit to kindly felicitate Mr. R.S. Nongri, Assistant Director, MSME Development Institute. Thank you so much, Mr. Nongri, for joining us. I'd like to request Mr. Ishanta Shobha Pandit to kindly felicitate Mr. Piyush Ranjan, AGM from State Bank of India. Thank you so much, sir. Without delaying, I would like to request Shri N. Babu. He's a Deputy Registrar of Trademark and GI Trademark Registry from Kolkata, DPIIT, under the Ministry of Commerce and Industries to kindly address on trademark and geographical indications. Over to you, sir.
Thank you.
And kindly let us know if you want us to run any slides.
Now, in fact, I have shared some slides to you already because right now I am not in Calcutta. I got another urgent meeting today after 11:30. So I just explained a little bit about trademarks and geographical indications. Later on, you can share whatever my PowerPoint presentations to the inmates if you want.
Sure. We will.
I will try to.
Yes, sir.
I will try to join later on if the meeting concluded within 2-3 hours. Otherwise, you continue with my PowerPoint presentation. Let me introduce first, and after 10 or 15 minutes, I will leave this meeting.
Perfect, sir. We have the presentations with us. So if anybody needs, kindly mail your email IDs to me so we can share with you. Over to you, Mr. Babu.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's really a pleasure for me to attend this meeting conducted by the ICC. And here, I'm sitting here to explain about trademarks and geographical indications. Due to some my other occupations with the meeting, I'm not in a position to explain in detail However, I have given my presentations to the committee, and they can share the presentations to you. And if you have any further queries or something like that, you can contact me with my email ID, and I have the pleasure to give the information whatever you want. Let me start about trademarks first. Trademarks is a there is a difference between trademarks and geographical indications. Trademark, which is identify the source of an individual who doing the business, and it may be a phrase, word, letter, even slogan, or like that. So the thing is, whereas in a geographical indications, it cannot be held by an individual. It can be an associations. Government of India in 2002 introduced the geographical indications in India with an intention to promote the agricultural products and the handicrafts products, and thereby to help the artisans, and at the same times to promote the Indian products in the other countries. So geographical indication is something very interesting subject. It's based on the sui generis, which means a unique law. The thing is that product itself should be a unique thing. So the geographical indicates certain qualities that in the extent that it should belongs to a particular area, and it has some quality or characteristics or reputations associated with that particular area. So that only can be registered as a GI. For an example, tea or basmati rice, these are agricultural products which are registered as a geographical indication in India. And these geographical indications can be given to natural products, agricultural products, and manufactured products. So these are the three categories geographical indications can be given. Whereas in the trademark, on the other hand, the geographical indications can be given to only to the products, not for service. Whereas in trademark, it can be given for trade goods as well as service. This is one another difference between trademark and geographical indication. In trademarks, the benefit of trademark is it will identify the source of your goods or services, provides legal protection of your brand, and helps you guard against counterfeiting and the fraudulent frauds. Another thing is trademark protection through registrations provides the following benefits to you. In the extent that it will give an exclusive right. A registration provides exclusive right to the registered owner, or to prevent third parties from marketing identical or similar products or services under an identical or confusingly similar trademarks. And a second benefit is for enforcement. Registered trademarks are easier to enforce as they usually carry a presumption of ownership. And another thing is trademarks are one of the most enduring business assets. The registered trademark can last a very long time, provided it is used and renewed. Every 10 years, you can use the trademark. It is the same theory is applicable for geographical indication also. And the another difference is a trademark can be sold or assigned to somebody else, whereas a geographical indication you cannot solve. It can hold by that particular associations which is holding in that geographical area only. Geographical protection is a little bit the lengthy procedure comparing to the trademark protections and trademark registrations. Another benefit is the financial value. So once these marks registered in the trademark registry, the trademarks as well as geographical indications, if you are registered, it gives an enormous value to your business. So these are the certain things I will explain about it. Another thing is the trademark registry was established in 1940. At present, we are getting around 5 to 6 lakhs applications in a year. On the contrary, geographical indications, as you know, that it's not so easy to get registrations. A limited number of geographical indications are coming. And the eastern parts, much more to still to be developed, because what the government is planning is to give maximum benefits to the artisans and the agriculture, because we have certain good quality of products that to be promoted in the worldwide. Another thing, there are various types of trademarks can be registered as a collective mark, a certification mark, shape mark, and recently India have introduced even for the sound mark also. Sound mark registration, there are few registrations like Yahoo or even Nokia, they got their tune have been registered as a registered sound mark. The shape mark, for an example, I have given in detail my PowerPoint presentations, all these examples and everything. But the Coca-Cola bottle is a very famous shape of the things. Other like the Toblerone toffees, that is also very famous shape mark. Then certification mark, that is examples like ISI or hallmark. You might have seen that when you are purchasing the gold, they have mentioned the hallmark, and the ISI, another one, is a certification marks like that. Then collective mark, you can say that chartered account and CA or CBA, these are a group of association is holding these marks. And we as a eastern part, the Calcutta, under the jurisdiction of Calcutta, it's coming trademark registrations and geographical indications. The registry is situated at Chennai, but we have in future we may have a plan to open a branches in all the 5 offices, but it will take time. Another thing is in trademark applications, there are 45 classes and goods and services. The first 34 classes deals with goods, and the rest 11 classes are deals with services. Whereas for the geographical indications, all we have only, since I already told you that it's only for products. So the classes 1 to 34 are dealing with that. So the thing is, I don't want to extend further because I got, as I told you earlier, I got a meeting now. So shall I leave right now, or I will try to join later on if the meeting concluded? If you have permit me to time, I will give you in detail all about these trademarks and geographical indications if you want.
Yeah, so Babu, yes, we understand your scenario, though you are traveling. What we can do, we can keep the questions during the sessions, and if you can connect with us later on, when after your meeting, so we can of course share these questions with you. And I would also like to introduce to you all, like so Babu, I hope you are aware that Indian Chamber of Commerce is also having a IPFC center. This information is for everyone. Indian Chamber of Commerce is holding a IPFC center in Guwahati Secretariat for entire Northeast, and this IPFC center is entirely under the Ministry of MSME. So if you have any queries related to intellectual property rights, you can, you're always welcome, and walk into our secretariat. We have our attorneys, and of course we have Babu sir as well. So you can always be connected with us. So thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time, and we hope we'll be connect with you again. Thank you so much. And we'll share your presentations, those who are present today.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So the thing is the same link, can I join later on if the time permits?
Yes, yes, yes. Just
Okay, okay.
it's the same link. You can rejoin again.
Okay, okay, okay.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Now I would like to request my colleague Saurav so kindly assist to felicitate our final speaker. We have Mr. Sujit Kumar Mohanty, Assistant Professor, National Institute of Fashion Technology. I would like to request Mr. Ishanto Shubha Pandit. Saurav, can you just help Mr. Ishanto with the... Okay. And I'd like to request Mr. Ishanto Shubha Pandit to kindly felicitate Mr. Sujit Kumar Mohanty. He is Assistant Professor from National Institute of Fashion Technology. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohanty, for joining us. Now I'd like to request Mr. Piyush Ranjan Swain is Assistant General Manager from SME Department from State Bank of India. May I request you to kindly address your deliverables on the financing of MSME and few successful examples. Over to you.
Good morning, friends. This is Piyush, AGM SME. Yeah, a bit closer, right? I'm Assistant General Manager, State Bank of India Zonal Office. I'm looking after the SME business in Meghalaya as well as Manipur, because that comes under our administrative control. At the outset, I thank ICC, Prime Meghalaya, and Department of Commerce for giving SBI an opportunity to interact with the budding businessmen of Meghalaya. I must admit, I'm not a good public speaker, huh? So please bear with me. Are you all okay in Hindi? No? Okay, I'll try to speak in English, but then again you have to bear with me. See, MSME, I hope you all are aware what is MSME, right?
I would like to intervene just for a while.
Yeah.
We have a support from Prime as well. If you have any queries in a local language, kindly raise your hand. So probably we can have the assistance. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can raise your queries in Khasi language as well. So we have a team here, so who can help us.
Yeah.
Over to you.
So, sir, I believe this is a group of people who are either going to start business. Sir, they are going to start businesses or they are already into business. Okay. 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 Actually, I had a presentation of some products, but in case we are going to start some businesses, I think telling you about products will not serve the purpose actually. Still, I'll speak a few products because what Government of India is also promoting for budding businessmen. One is your Stand Up India. Stand Up India is for SC/ST and women entrepreneurs to give a fillip to their new ventures. That is a product. Another product vigorously promoted by Government of India is the Prime Minister Mudra Yojana. That is one product. I think those two will serve the purpose here. Otherwise, those who are into different businesses, we can discuss what are their aspirations and how best we can guide them. Right, sir? There is a product called Stand Up India. Who is? Yeah, Stand Up India, sir. This will not stand up India. Yeah. Yeah, sir, please go back. This is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, right? This is a loan up to 10 lakhs for startups, those who aspire to start business with no collateral security at all, to fall back on, and they simply they want to start a business. So this is for people who want to start from the scratch. This is for business purpose. This is for cash credit. I hope you understand what is cash credit. Cash credit is like we finance the stock, right? So, and we also provide term loans. Here, we do not ask for any collateral security. This is purely collateral free. The only thing is it has to be covered under CGFMU. CGFMU is promoted by Government of India, who provides subsidy to the businessman. This is not subsidy. This is actually in case there is some difficulty in the business and entrepreneurs are not able to run the business and it goes defunct for some reason or the other. In that case, the loan is covered under CGFMU. This is one product, is hugely popular, and people go for it. Those who start from the scratch. This is one product, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. This is up to 10 lakhs. Up to 10 lakhs, right? In that case, up to 10 lakhs, your margin would be 20%. Up to 50,000, it would be nil. 50,000 to 10 lakhs is your margin would be 20. Say the business requires 100 rupees to be invested. In that case, finance would be 80 rupees and your contribution should be 20%. That is what we call as margin. This is one product. Sir, please, Stand Up India. Yeah. This is Stand Up India. This is a composite loan. Composite loan means is a combination of term loan. Term loan means if you want to have fixed assets and working capital, right? This is for SC/ST borrowers and women entrepreneurs. For greenfield project meaning completely new project. So running the businesses which are running, we cannot cover them under Stand Up India, right? And this is one product, Meghalaya. From the beginning, we have till now in Meghalaya, we have 176 Stand Up India proposals we have sanctioned, and we are proud of the fact that none of them is defunct. They are running very smoothly. They are earning. They are paying the interest. They are paying their installments as well. So this is one product. Those who want to be honest in their businesses, this is one product which you can always fall back on, right? So here is maximum loan is 1 crore. Composite, your term loan as well as CC. Your margin would be minimum 10%. Composite loan margin would be 25%. Here also there are a few schemes. I don't know whether Meghalaya government runs a scheme concurrently to Stand Up India, but if there are states who run their schemes concurrently with Stand Up India, in that case also there are subsidies which are convergent with central and state government schemes, right? Here also your collateral is nil. You can imagine up to 1 crore, your margin would be nil, and it is covered under CGSSI. CGSSI is also established by Government of India through few banks who gives your collateral coverage. In that case, you don't give any collateral, but yes, you have to pay a fees every year to be covered under this scheme, right? These are two schemes which I would teach for you people, those who want to start. Actually, other products, I don't think I should describe them here. I think discussing about products would not help actually. I think if you have any questions to be asked to bankers, you may have various questions to how to start your businesses, how to build up assets, how to be collateralized, how to repay. If you have any question, I think interaction would be much better than telling you some products, because telling you some products will only complete my time. So it would not be useful. I think you can ask. As far as I can guide you. Please.
If you have any queries, yeah, that's all.
Greenfield project is completely new venture. That is what we call as greenfield projects. I mean, say someone is running a trading business, right? For 1-2 years, they have their financiers, they have their balance sheets. We don't find, I mean, we do not cover them under this scheme, Stand Up India scheme. But that doesn't mean we do not finance them also. We can finance them in other schemes also. But because startup projects face the main hindrance of collateral security. These are two products which I described, where you do not need any kind of collateral security, right? You have less margin as compared to other schemes, and processing fees are very minuscule. You have to bear a processing fees every year only, because it is for coverage under these schemes, Government of India schemes. Yes.
I have a question. Like, what are the documents required for applying all this? Do we need a DPR, or are you concerned with the civil score or ITR or any balance sheet regarding all this?
You see, any finance starting from ₹1 to unlimited, we have civil scores. I mean, we call them credit scores. In some cases, we go for CIBIL. In some cases, there are a few more agencies, 2, 3, 4. You can go for that, depending on the quantum of the loan. So basic documents are what? Basic documents is what we ask for is KYC documents. KYC documents is the basic document. KYC document include your Aadhaar card, your PAN card. Aadhaar card suffices your address. And if you want to start a business, whether you have that is your own premises, or you are proposing to take it on lease, whether the lessor would permit the bank to have an entry to your business premises, those are all things we ask for.
We have one more question. That is, what are the minimum requirements to get aforementioned products like Startup India and Mudra Loan?
Pardon, I didn't get you.
This is a question.
Yeah, minimum requirement is what you need. You just have a will to start a business, actually, right? That is the minimum requirement. Here is no minimum requirement. If you have a good scheme, I think, if I want to start a manufacturing unit, say I want to start a manufacturing unit of confectionaries, right? So first thing is we look at is how is the entrepreneur, whether he is sufficiently trained, whether he has sufficient experience to run the business, to earn sufficient profit so that he can repay, he can service the loans in time. That is what we look at. That is for Stand Up India. Stand Up India means we have a project. We have our project report ready. We know how to. We have experience. That is all what is required. But documentary requirement is something different than what is required of a promoter. You see, the promoter will run the business. So what we look for is the genuineness of the promoter, his intentions, his repaying capacity. Repaying capacity means if I have sufficient experience in a field, I have worked somewhere, now I want to start my own business. That means I am sufficiently experienced in that line. I'll run my business properly. I would earn profit and I will repay. That is the major thing. So first thing is we look for the promoters. It is not like we are looking for papers. Papers will not do anything until and unless we scan the promoter. Right, sir?
Mr. Piyush, thank you for that. But
Yes.
just in the layman's terminology, suppose I'm walking up to your bank, right? Because many things happen when you go to the bank, you have a lot of documentations required, which in the earlier stage you said, oh, it's very easy to get. Suppose I go to you in a bank and I said, I need a Startup India loan.
Okay.
This is my project. So firstly, you would say that, okay, civil score. Many people
No,
do
no,
not.
ma'am. Civil score comes on later.
Okay,
Actually,
later.
During the processing stage.
Right.
What we ask
Because I
for-
have known many people have never taken a loan. So
Right,
then
right.
they don't have a civil score. So
Yes,
that
very
becomes
valid
one of the
question.
big
Very
problems.
valid question.
Right.
Very, very.
And
But then for civil score also, if there is no score, there is guidelines for us how
Okay.
to treat the loan.
okay. So that
Okay.
was one query.
Yeah.
The other thing is you have said, but you do need project reports. Now making the project reports become very difficult for, new
No,
entrepreneurs.
project report is not for PMMO. But say Stand Up India, if I'm going for a project and finance to 2 crores,
Right.
it is obvious that banks would ask you have a project report for that.
Correct.
You see, 2 crores is not like that a piece of paper and someone will give a loan. No bank will give that loan, right?
No, absolutely.
Project report is what? Project report says what I'm going to do. That is your future projections. We would justify, we would process, we would let ourselves convinced that this project is going to
Correct. So
succeed.
basically project report is actually a document which is required. We
Which is
cannot
required-
lay it off.
No, which is required, say up to 10 lakhs finance, we do not ask for project report.
Okay. But after 10 lakhs, so you do
Yes.
need a project. So that's
Yes.
one of the documents we require. So
Yes.
we need to make a note of it. And does the bank help you in making those project reports, or do we need
In
to
cases,
take
yes. In cases, yes.
in cases? And
Yes.
what would those cases be?
I cannot be specific in that. I cannot be specific in that. For example, I'm telling you, we are going to finance a school
Right.
that is run by a society. Now the society has not maintained their financials.
Okay.
They are not registered. You see,
Right.
this is a thing of yesterday only. So what we did, we converged all the people. We are helping them in registration of the society. We are helping them in consultation with a chartered accountant to prepare the balance sheets. We are helping them,
Okay.
right? We are not asking them ki past balance sheet also you provide us. What we are doing, asking the chartered accountant is you just give us the future projections. And past financials we can decipher from their books.
Correct.
They are only maintaining a tally package. They are not maintaining any formal balance sheet. That is the problem. But we are helping them in doing that also.
Doing that.
Yeah.
And I've also seen you have a moratorium of 18 months, up to 18 months.
Yes.
So that 18 months, do you have the interest levied on without the principal, or
Ma'am,
it just
any moratorium period, interest is levied on.
it is levied
You
on?
have a choice whether you want to repay that during the moratorium period,
Correct.
or the interest during the moratorium period would be included in the principal and the repayment schedule is again regenerated.
Correct.
That is the customer's choice.
But you do have a choice in case, you are
Yes, yes,
starting right
yes,
from the
yes,
scratch.
Definitely. Ma'am, you want to make a go down, you won't generate any cash in that. So for construction of a go down, you need time.
Absolutely.
And if we don't give you moratorium, then it is absolutely useless.
Yes. No, I'm just asking this because I know many entrepreneurs who have faced this problem. It's very easy to say banks are giving this mudra loans with lots of interest, but believe me, it's difficult. How you have explained is easy, and it's very important.
I can relate to you, ma'am. I can relate to you. Yes. If I say that banks are all good.
Absolutely, because the banks are there to make an interest, to make a profit. It's a profit organization.
I won't say that also.
Correct.
Because every individual, every organization have fallacies also. So we have shortcomings also. We're trying to plug, but then any organization is run by people,
Yeah. No, very true.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much. And later on, we would like to hear from Mr. Nongbri as well on how, the grants can sort of collaborate with the Startup India, and then, it makes it easier for entrepreneurs.
Yeah. I'm really sorry I didn't bring my visiting card, sir, but you can
Thank
note down
you.
my number. phone number. That is, yeah, please. My number is 99384 38851. Yeah, 99384 38851. Piyush. You can call me wherever branch you want to approach to. You can call me, and I will make an arrangement. You have your proposal being considered and sanctioned smoothly. You don't face any difficulty in that. That is what I can do, right? So feel free to call me anytime. Anything, please. Okay. So no, I do not have to say anything more on that presentation, because this is like I hope I make a point. No, I hope I make a valid point, because this is what we generally take, because these are products which we want to let everybody know. But then the kind of audience it is, describing all these products will not mean anything actually. Yes, you are not only here. If you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me also. You can call me also. No problem in that. Yeah, that'll do, sir. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Piyush Ranjan, for your detailed presentation and, of course, queries. Now, we would like to move towards Mr. Sujit Kumar Mohanty. He is Assistant Professor from National Institute of Fashion Technology. You are going to speak on design management technologies. Mr. Mohanty? Yeah, please take your time. So why we are keeping this interactive session later on, because there are a few couple of speakers, those who are sitting virtually, they have aligned some other meetings. So they were calling me again and again if they can be. So we can give them those opportunities to interact during their speaker. Over to you, Mr. Mohanty.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Is this working? This is not working. No. So thank you very much, Shri Pranjal ji, for inviting us. I would also like to thank my fellow panelists, Shri Piyush Ranjan Shwai and Mr. R.S. Nongri. Before I, go into the presentation which I have, I'm really happy because this is my second time I'm visiting here, and we are kind of associated with Prime, and we are also, in the process of developing a project and looking at entrepreneurship development in the state of Meghalaya. And we have had many such, discussions with another team of Prime. So we keep coming here, and it's a good, thing to be back here. I was listening to my other panelist, and I understand the concerns of all the entrepreneurs and budding entrepreneurs when it comes to money, because a business is only successful when we have the money and when we are able to utilize the money properly and make the most out of it. I am not a money man. The money man is right there, which means that, for the money, he would be the right person. But so what is my role here? I am more of the idea person. I am more of, integrating the ideas into a way so that we can make it work. I would like to begin with a story. I think all of you like stories, right? Yeah. So there's a story. Once upon a time, long, long back. That's how stories begin, isn't it? So, so I'm beginning in that fashion. So once upon a time, long, long back, in a kingdom, there lived a king. And a king is a king. You know, they live in their own palaces, own mahals, and they are kind of disconnected with the people. So one day, one of the ministers of the king said, "Sir, or king, let us do one thing. Why don't you come out once in a while and walk down to the river, the beautiful river which flows through our kingdom, and take a bath there once in a while? Now, what will happen when you take the bath in that river? It will give us an opportunity to have another festival, because the people will say, oh, here comes the king. And they will all be out there in the roads, saluting you, standing by to see the kings. And it would create a festive environment." The king liked the idea. He said, yes, it's wonderful. Let's do it. So the king, on the advice of his minister, walked to the river, and he had his bath. The people were, really happy, because the king never comes out of the palace, right? Because there is always a disconnect between the king and the masses. So when the king comes out, obviously it's a joyous occasion. People are standing in queues, throwing flowers, falling on the feet. The king liked it. He walked to the river, took his bath. After taking his bath, when he came out from the river and when he stood on the riverbed, his legs got dirty. The king is a king. Please understand, the king is a king. So sometimes, they are not aware of the realities of the world because they lived in their own palaces. So when he comes out and when he sees that his legs got dirty, he thought, oh, perhaps I forgot to wash my feet while I was taking the bath. He, in his own childishness or perhaps in his own ignorance, he felt that. He went inside, once again into the river, took a bath. He came again. The same thing happened. His feet got dirty again. And he kept doing that again and again, going into the river, taking the bath, coming out into the river bank, and his feet getting dirty. The ministers were starting to get worried. What is this? Why is the feet getting dirty? He called the ministers, what to do? One of the ministers, like if you have read Akbar Birbal stories, one of the clever ministers, he said, sir, I know the solution to this problem. He ordered all the villagers and said, you come here and sweep the floor so that the dirt which is there on the road will be removed. And when our king walks on that, there'll be no more dirt and this problem will be solved. Everyone started to sweep the floor. The king felt happy, yes, seeing that the people of his kingdom are working to serve him. Then he again went back. He came back again. Nothing. Now this was becoming a big, big problem. This was becoming, now the citizens also started to, worry because the king is not able to solve this minor problem. His feet is becoming dirty again and again. Another minister came. He said, sir, I have one more idea and this is going to solve this problem forever. What we are going to do is we are going to cover the whole of this kingdom right from here with leather. Now what will happen when you put your feet on the leather? Obviously, the mud will not stick to it. The king liked it. But there was an old woman in that kingdom. She said, sir, if you cover the whole kingdom with leather, where will the plants grow? Where will we get our food from? Where will, we'll have our livelihood? The leather will kill everything that is around us just to solve this problem. She called the king. Sir, why don't you come here? The king said, yes. What you are trying to say, tell me. She said, sir, let me do one thing. She took a small piece of leather, wrapped it around the feet of the king. And she said, sir, now you can walk. This is where the whole idea of developing or designing a shoe stems from. The problem is solved. The solution was simple, but how we looked at solving that particular problem is what matters. And that is exactly what all you entrepreneurs have to think with regards to the problems. Now, I say problems not in terms of, pani nahi aa raha hai, bijli nahi hai, not in those problems. But you have a product. You need to understand who your market is, what your requirements are for making that product work, so that it reaches out to the, the necessary people in that particular market. Now, anyways, I did not put a lot of things in my slides simply for the reason is that I did not want this to be a lecture. I'm a faculty, and we sometimes get into this lecture mode, but I didn't want it to be a lecture. I'll just focus on some of the important things, which is important for the process of young entrepreneurs to think and look at with regards to the respective products or ideas that you have that will become the next important business idea. And who knows, we may have the next Mark Zuckerberg, the next Jeff Bezos coming from the, from the heartland of Meghalaya. Let me tell you, we at NIFT, how do we work and what exactly we do? We work on 3 domains. We work on the areas of design, technology, and management. And that is exactly what all of you need to understand at the first instance. What is design? And why is design important is perhaps the first question that we really need to understand. I think this is perhaps the marriage season. A lot of marriages are happening. In marriages, there is this culture from where I come from, the whole process of, putting mehendis on our hands. I think, it's a very interesting thing. So whenever, marriages happen, we say, ek acha wala design laga dena mehendi mein. It's design. Everyone is, concerned about design. This is how we are looking at design. We are going to, the boutique or the tailor. Please design my clothes properly. Design my 3-piece suit. It has to be perfect because I am going to use it for my wedding or for, for some other purposes. We use the word design so frequently without even understanding what design is. So we there at NIFT, the big institution, we constantly try to find an answer to design. And trust me, we fail each and every time. Because design is such a complex thing that it is not at all possible for any one person or individual to crack. I'll tell you why. We work very closely, as part of our requirements for, what our institution stands for, with the community in which, the institution is set up. And at NIFT here, we, being in Meghalaya was an eye-opener for us in the sense we see so much of potential that is there in terms of the local crafts, the local traditions, the local cultures, the local products. But what worries and what we are wondered about is, why are these things not there out in the global and international market? And I think, in the last meeting, which we had with Prime, we had some entrepreneurs, I think they are not here, but, we had some wonderful entrepreneurs from Meghalaya whose products, in association with Prime, they have been able to showcase at global platforms. One of those products that where we are constantly working is the black pottery of Larnai. All of you must be aware of black pottery. It's perhaps one of the most sustainable products that we can come across right now. But the thing is, when we went to the village, when we started to do our research, when we started to understand the process in which those products are developed, we understood that they are more knowledgeable than we, the so-called elites or intellectuals who come from, all these institutions. They're absolutely ignorant when it comes to that. But what is the missing link? The missing link is to bring their ideas using the modern technologies and the modern management principles and put them out in the open. And we exactly did the same thing. We understood their craft. I'm not a potter, but we understood their craft. We understand design. We took their ideas. We told them that let us try to experiment with these kind of designs, because this is what exactly is happening or is the requirement of the audience or the target consumers out there in the market. They designed it. How do we reach out to the market? We created a short platform using Instagram. That was, the quickest way for a small experiment which we were doing. And we tried to project their products to a wide platform. In a span of 1 year, their popularity increased by 3-fold. They are now in a position where they are getting orders from customers and clients based in Mumbai. So now, this was not the end of it. I'm not saying that we have cracked the code, we have solved the problem. This was just an experience to understand that how do we bridge this gap. Business is a constant process of learning from our mistakes. It's a constant process of knowing who we are, what we need to do, where we need to evolve, and how we need to make these corrections so that we come more learned and empowered in our next phase. Now, one of the things which we faced was the major roadblock was the challenge of, sending across those goods, because, pottery is a fragile product. It's a fragile product. How do we do that? Now, obviously, in Larnai, where the artisans or the craftspeople are there, we do not have, DTDC courier or, all those things. So figuring that out took us a lot of time. We were able to develop a certain kind of a mechanism, that something, in technical terms, we would call as developing the path in which the product from the house of the artisans will reach the ultimate customer sitting in Mumbai. From there, it is now being shipped to various other parts of the world as well. So we had to find a way in which their products can be shipped, making sure that they also do not incur losses while all this is happening. Now, this was just one of the examples in which we have to look at the whole process of design, technology, and management. Because when you will start to think about your business idea, these are the 3 components which you will have to keep in mind. Because if you are only thinking of design, you may have the best design, but if you want to expand, you need to use the technology for the production or expansion of that particular product or that idea on which you are going to work. Because if you don't do that, then obviously you will be, you will be restricted within a very short market. And I think anyone who comes to business doesn't come to business just for the sake of philanthropy, but rather to make profit. And that is exactly very important. And when we look at the tremendous potential which is available here in in Meghalaya, I think the sky is the limit. Now, from design, you have to understand what are the technological requirements. When you think of your planning, because one of the questions which you asked the previous presenter, I think that question should have been asked to me, that how do we come up with the idea? This is how you plan your ideas. You have a product, design your products. See what are the technological requirements. In the third phase, as you will expand, you will require the management or the managerial skills. If you are able to accomplish these 3 things, trust me, when you go and visit, the bankers, they'll be very happy to sanction your loan, because you have a business plan and a model in place which is efficient, worthy to be financed by the banks. And the banks also feel happy that, okay, they also know what they are going to do with regards to the business. That is how businesses operate. As I have already said that, I'm not going to talk about the theoretical aspect, but rather link it through various examples. Now, one of the things, especially we at NIFT, we do not focus on all areas. Our primary focus is on aspects related to fashion, textiles, apparels, lifestyle accessories. So, so on and so forth. So if you come to us with an idea with regards to, say, pineapple processing, perhaps we may not help you with our expertise in pineapple processing, but we may give you the know-how of how to execute that into a business idea. That is important. And, we have to integrate these 3 things together. The idea, which is the design or the product that we're talking about, how you want to use the technology, because technology is what will help you expand, and how you are going to manage efficiently the resources that you have for the successful running of your business and your ideas. Now, I just now everyone must have heard about Steve Jobs, or yes, he's the one who is the founder of Apple. Now, he says, design is not just what it looks like. It is something with regards to what it feels like. And that is very important. When we think of our products, it is not just only the look, but also the experience of using that particular product, which makes or breaks your ideas or your products. Now, as Pranjalji has already said that we have a question and answer session, so I will not take questions right now. Do I have still some more time? Yeah, I'm not taking questions. So shall I sum up my presentation? No, right. So the other thing that, you as entrepreneurs that we need to understand is that you have an idea, right? You have a product, but how do you make that product viable? That is where you will have to put in a serious amount of effort to understand and make it viable for the customers. We always say, don't just design or don't just think of your ideas or products because you are passionate about it. You have to make your target audience passionate about it, because when you are having that idea, and when you don't have a customer at the end of the line, then that idea falls flat. So please keep the customer or the end user at the end of the line. That is what is important. The story which I just said is how great ideas are evolved. Some of the greatest companies of the world were founded through accidents or experiments. Everyone uses Facebook. Facebook was founded by, a bunch of, these tech geeks. They were college dropouts who decided to start the company in a garage or in their hostel rooms. You look at, Steve Jobs, Apple, most of, would be familiar with Apple products. It has become a lifestyle statement. Where was it started? It was founded by Steve Jobs in his garage. So you have the idea. You need to be passionate about developing that idea. Be passionate about developing that idea. And trust me, you will reach the sky. With these words, I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to share some insights onto what we do. One thing which I would just like to conclude by saying is that feel free to, to walk into NIFT campuses if you think you would really want to, discuss. We encourage artisans, we encourage entrepreneurs to walk into a campus to meet, the people who expertise in integrating all these things together, so that we will also feel good to see the entrepreneurs of this state doing well in the days to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohanty. Indeed, it's a very detailed discussion, and I'm sure all of you are familiar with NIFT, and you can utilize this platform. So please do get in touch with him and NIFT. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohanty. Now, I would like to request Mr. Bidhan Das, who is joining us virtually, addressing on packaging from, he's from Indian Institute of Packaging from Kolkata under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Mr. Bidhan Das, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Shaju. Sorry, Pranjal.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how much time is allocated. 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
And depending
Let us conclude in 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
So we can keep, because I'm sure many people may have questions. So,
Correct.
so probably that will be more helpful also.
Better, I think I will just tell 5 to 10 minutes, some idea about the packaging, and then they can have questions and they can ask me. Because
Sure.
if I go on talking, I'll talk hours together, So
Yes.
maybe I think let me first thank the Prime and IC's Indian Chamber of Commerce for giving opportunity for talking in this forum. Actually, I think previously every year, I think 3-4 times I used to visit Shillong and different seminars, workshops, and all these things. But I think after Corona, some effect has come, and I think training also online more and offline is less. So I'm not getting chance to come to Meghalaya. Okay, so earlier actually with the Department of Commerce and Industries, we have done a lot of program. In fact, I think last month only we have done a 7-day training program on packaging for the entrepreneurs of Meghalaya through another agency. I think it was given from the MSSD Meghalaya Skill Development Department to some agency, and they have brought the entrepreneurs to Kolkata, and they are here for 7 days for packaging training. So I think some of you might be knowing the Indian Institute of Packaging, even though I think in a virtual mode, let me have some, few slides. I'll show you about the innovative ideas of packaging. I think some of you already know what is Indian Institute of Packaging is doing. IIP, as Pranjalji told, is autonomous body under Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Government of India. We are having our Eastern India office in Kolkata. Let me share. Yeah, I think the screen is getting shared. Can you see my screen? Is it visible, Pranjal?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So as I was talking, that IAP is autonomous body under Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Government of India. We do have actually various activities in the field of packaging. Mostly we do the training and education in the field of packaging. And then we have, the testing laboratory where we test the packaging materials and packages. And we have a consultancy services under which we provide the, technical support in the field of packaging, design development, and, the value addition, value engineering, all these things we do. Under the testing activities, we do testing of packaging materials. Basically, nowadays, I think if you are dealing with the food, any food business operator that is called FBO, they require to test the packaging material as well as the food quality from NABL accredited laboratory as per the FSSAI guideline. So there are a lot of laboratories who do test the package of food materials, but the packaging laboratory is very less, and only other than IIP, I think there is no one in India who are doing the testing of the packaging materials. As per the FSSAI guideline, you have to do the testing of packaging materials at least once in 6 months for compliance with the FSSAI guideline. And as you know, FSSAI is a regulation, so any food business operator has to obey the regulation and has to follow the norms laid down in the FSSAI guideline. If you see the opportunities in the food processing, there is an immense opportunity. I know India is considered to be the 7th largest, the second largest manufacturer of the food after China. Basically, India is called as a food factory of the world. Okay, India is largest in production and manufacturing of milk and cereal, second largest producer in rice, wheat, sugar, fruits and vegetables, and 7th largest producer in the fish, both in inland and marine. Basically, the climatic condition of India is a huge opportunity. Basically, if you see, India is having a diverse exoclimatic condition. Basically, if you see Shillong, till it is cold, Calcutta, it is hot. Now we require fan and AC. So if you go to south, there is a hot again. If you go to the Shillong, and even so, the Arunachal, like, the Lower Subansiri district, 0, and, Tawang side, it's still, the heavy cold. Darjeeling side also heavy cold. So because of this different agroclimatic zone in India, there is almost, I think, very high, what is called the agroclimatic condition zone, which helps us to grow a lot of different types of crops. Okay, and the different types of soil also there in India. We have got almost 24 varieties of soil, which is helping us to grow the, agri-horti products. Now, and also one of the things is that population.
Excuse me, Mr. Vedhandas.
Yeah.
Sorry for interruption. Can you just slightly increase the size of your PPT?
Can I make it full screen?
Just
Slide
Yes,
show.
you can. Yeah.
You see now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Say now it is okay. See that?
it's fine.
Okay, so now if you see the packaging scenario of our country, as I told, India is having a population of more than 140 crores. And, food is such a thing which we need every day. Every human being need to consume food. because it gives us the energy. It is a fuel for our human body. So if we don't eat, we will not get energy. So for life or for living, we have to have food, and every human being needs food. So you can imagine the market size in India is a huge market, 140 crore, and huge requirement of the food. And also we grow huge. So whatever the excess and surplus, we can export, or even we can send to other countries, and not only the countries, maybe from the outside of Meghalaya, we can send and we can get the revenue for that. And as far as the packaging is concerned, you see, packaging is closely associated with the food and any other product. Nowadays, food packaging can be very easily compared with the garments of a human being. Say, in a naked condition, we cannot go out of home. Correct. Similarly, any product, it may be food, non-food, handicrafts, whatever may be, it also is not possible to send to the market in a naked condition, that it requires a wrapper or a cover or a packaging, whatever we may say. So packaging is something like a dress material of human being. Similarly, it is a dress for your products. It may be food, it may be non-food, it may be handicraft or horticulture, whatever may be. So depending upon the different climatic condition, we wear different types of clothes. Similarly, depending upon the nature of the food or nature of the product, there are different types of packaging materials. Now you see, you are in Shillong, you are wearing jacket and blazers and suit, all these things. But here in Kolkata, it is hot. We don't require that. So the clothes is different. Similarly, for a product, if it is a food, the packaging will be different. If it is a handicraft or if it is a fragile product, the packaging requirement is different. So different type of product, we need different types of packaging. If you see the packaging scenario, its values almost 1,200 billion US dollar. In packaging industry, there is almost 6 million people working across the globe. Asia Pacific region packaging considered the third largest market, and in India, the packaging is growing at the rate of 10 to 15% per annum. Okay. Now in packaging, there are three industries which are termed as the packaging industry: raw material manufacturing, raw material converter, and then the packaging user industry. As I understand, you all are manufacturing either food or handicrafts or handloom, whatever it may be. So you fall under this category of number 3, that is a packaging user industry. That is, you manufacture product, and to send your goods to other places, you need packaging. So you have to get linked with a packaging material converter who converts the raw material to packages. And the raw material manufacturing companies are those who manufactures the raw material which are used in packaging. Now, if you see what are the raw materials used in packaging, basically two types of materials are called packaging. One is scientific, another is traditional. Depending upon the source of processing, it is classified. So the scientific packaging materials means the packaging materials which are scientifically produced by the industry: paper, glass, metal, and plastic. Among these four, they are, whatever the product you see in the market, any supermarket, you cannot find any packaging material other than these. These are called scientific packaging materials. And these companies who are manufacturing paper, who produce glass, who makes the metal, or who makes the plastics, like Reliance or Haldia, or even Brahmaputra Polymer, they called as a packaging raw material manufacturing company because they produce raw material. Like Hindustan Tin Works, or Tata Tin, or Jindal Steel Works, JSW, they manufacture metal, tin plate, or aluminum sheet for packaging. That is called as a raw material manufacturing company. Paper mills are termed as the packaging raw material converter or raw material manufacturing company. They produce paper which is used in packaging. Then there are materials which are called as a traditional packaging materials, where the scientific materials are not available. People try to fulfill the requirement by scratching here and there, and we use the resources, natural source of material which is available, given by the God. So we are using these materials for packaging from our ecosystem. So these are called as a traditional packaging material, or sometimes called as a natural packaging material, which are available in the nature. And from there we are using this, say, like earthen pot, bamboo basket, cane basket, leaves, jute bags, and all wooden bags, wooden barrel. Now, I think in the Meghalaya and all the northeastern states, there are huge quantity of bamboos are growing. So these bamboos are used in the different formats, maybe in the basket format or in the crate format. Very recently, IIP with collaboration with the NECBDC, Northeast Cane and Bamboo Development Council, earlier name is called CBTC Cane and Bamboo Training Center in Barnihut. We have developed a packaging material from bamboo, which is used for the transportation of products from the northeast. Like Meghalaya, you grow a lot of squash. Lot of pineapples are growing in the Meghalaya. So these materials cannot be transported without any proper packaging. Like if you take jute bags, the material will be dumped in the jute bag, then it is loaded in the lorry. And what will happen when the lorry, jerks and all this thing, and road condition is very bad, you know that. So what happened, the bottom, jute bags will get, the product material will be getting, deteriorated because of the load on it. So jute bag cannot take the, natural, what is called that, agri-horti products, correct? So we have to use either a crate or maybe a bamboo crate can be used. I will show some figures which will be, useful for you. I'll just try to look some, the design what we have made with the bamboo. Like if you see, these bamboo crates was designed by IIP and NECVDC for transportation of the agri-horti products of northeastern states. Like Meghalaya, there is not a single company who are producing the plastic crates. Now, if you see scientific packaging material, plastic crates are available. Like plastic crates, I will show you. Plastic crates are not available in Meghalaya. So how to send the goods of Meghalaya? So we have to use the bamboo crate or the, wooden crate. So bamboo is a natural source of material which is available in Meghalaya. A lot of bamboos are growing. So instead of plastic crate, we can use this type of bamboo crates which are used. These are a bamboo, different size and different shapes we produced. Like this was designed for, transportation of Tripura pineapple, queen pineapple. The government of Tripura has been declared the state food as a pineapple. I think Honorable President of India, who visited, I think in 2021 or something, in Tripura and declared the state food as a pineapple. I think Meghalaya also got a lot of pineapples are growing. Even Arunachal Pradesh, you see a lot of kiwis are growing. So they are not able to send to different places because of this not available in packaging material. They are using some old boxes, corrugated boxes and all these things. And this is the pineapple. So basically, if you see the packaging, there are different layers of packaging. I will just show you what is that. So the first wrapper is called the primary packaging. The first level of packaging is termed as a primary packaging. If you see, the second packaging is called as a secondary packaging, and the third packaging is called tertiary packaging. And the fourth level is quaternary. Hello. Bolo. 1 minute. Hello, केटे का चलाएंगे उधर नहीं तो. Hello. Yeah. So, these are the different levels of packaging. The third packaging is called tertiary. The fourth is called quaternary. The fifth is called quintary, and the sixth is called hexary level of packaging. Okay. These are all traditional packaging what I showed you. Now, this is the secondary. Primary packaging of pineapple will be the wrapper of, the plastic films, which is called as a breathable film, which is wrapped around, and then it may be a polyethylene foam also. Then we are putting into the secondary packaging or transport packaging, which will be helping this product for transportation and distribution. This is the corrugated boxes which are manufactured, and these will be having the ventilation holes basically for breathing. Any agri-horti products, they respire. So for respiration, we need to have these breathing holes in the packaging, and we have to take into the cool condition. Otherwise, this will temperature increases and then the product will get spoiled. These are the two different formats of the packaging we did. These are called as a flexible packaging. How the tomato ketchup and all these things. This packaging is basically a plastic, multi-layer plastic-based laminate used in the packaging of tomato ketchup and all these things. These are all some non-branded packaging. Now, if you see the Meghalaya and other northeastern states, we might find this type of packaging which is available in the local market. Though the product quality is good, but it is lagging the the aesthetics. The beautification is not there. I think if the same product is available in this type of packaging, so everybody will look like this packaging. Everybody want to buy this packaging because of the aestheticness or attractiveness. So we packaging, one of the criteria of packaging is that it has to create the attraction to the consumer. So it has to be aesthetic. First, packaging has to contain the product. Secondly, it has to have the communication. It will communicate with the consumer. Then the good looking and aesthetics has to be created in all the consumer packing. We have to do this type of packaging which will communicate and which will attract the consumer. So these type of some of the examples of like lacquer and turmeric and all these things. Turmeric, you can think of packaging with a this type of packaging material. And also, if you see, this type of packaging is available, which is called as a composite container. Composite container is available. Gaurav. Hello. কোন নজলগুলো? সিকিউরিটি জিজ্ঞেস করো, ওরা দিয়ে দিবে, আছে ওদিকে রাখা আছে, খুলে রেখেছে। আমি একটা মিটিং আছে, তোমাকে বলছি একটু পরে। This is, the composite container. Composite container is basically made up of paper based, and inside there will be a plastic pouch. So outside you will look into the paper, like the Catch brand, the Catch salt and all this thing is packed in the composite container. If you see this, this is called as a composite container, which is basically a paper based packaging and having a good leveling and all this thing, because this can be printed very nicely. Paper is a substrate which can be nicely printed by any method of printing, digital printing, or even the offset printing, river printing, whatever the method of printing is available. Paper can be printed beautifully with any type of material or process. So this is type of thing. Then this is a flexible packaging of salt. Now, if you see the different formats of packaging, this is a mono carton which is used for packaging of spices and other things. Normally, the secondary packaging, glass bottles, glass bottles. This is for bird eye chili and all these things, dry, dehydrated ones. So we need to have a packaging where the product will not expose to the moisture. So basically, the packaging material has to be chosen depending upon the product spoil factor, how your product is getting deteriorated. If it is attracts moisture, so you have to have some packaging which will not allow any moisture to go into that. If your product is susceptible to the oxygen gas, so we have to have a packaging material which will not allow any oxygen to pass through and go inside the packaging material. So we have to have a barrier with the oxygen. So metal containers is a very good barrier for the what is called that moisture or even the oxygen. These are some blister packaging example. This is a glass bottle. So these are all the different types of packaging you can think of that. This is a metal container. Okay, I am just showing you the something like this is a corrugated fiber box which is used for nowadays packaging of Arunachal kiwi products, kiwi fruit. This is some product, maybe the product is good, but this does not have any leveling. So these are violating the FSSAI regulation. We must have the leveling information, what is to be mentioned in the label, or the information has to be given. And for packaging of bulk packaging of fruits and vegetables or agri-horti products, we may have to have a plastic woven sack or lino bags or jute bags or corrugated fiber box, which is called as a transport packaging. Like this type of boxes are called for transport packaging, where the ginger and this ventilation hole is basically given to go the cool air inside and also the respiration purpose for the crop. If you see the the minimum basic information to be printed on label as per the FSSAI guideline, this slide is very important. You can have this. These are the information which must be printed on a label as per the guideline of Food Safety Act, Labeling and Display Regulation 2020. These 15 information must be there in a label. Any FBO, that is food business operator, have to have these information printed on the label. Okay. Name of the food, list of ingredients, nutritional information, declaration regarding veg and non-veg, declaration regarding food additives, all these things, PSI logo, license number, net quantity. So these date marking, that is used by date and date of manufacturing or date of packaging. Country of origin, imported food, instruction for use, declaration regarding food allergen, non-meat for human consumption. These has to be given. And these logos, which are normally used, the symbols in the label, these are the normal common symbols used in the food packaging label. Okay. This is veg, this is non-veg, this is food meant for non-human consumption. This is a Jaivik organic food products. This is vegan logo. This is FSSAI license number or registration number, which will be allocated to you on submission of application to the firstcost.com. That is FSSAI site for getting the food license. Okay. And then this is a recyclable. Hello. I think Pranjal, I think now while I have shown you some photographs, now you can have any question you can ask me. Correct?
Thank you so much, Mr. Bidhanji. I'm sure you are connected with us till the interactive session. So, of course, the floor will be open. And then all the delegates sitting offline and online, they can interact with you then during that time. So do you want to summing up your presentation now?
No, I think this all no issue.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Bidhandas. That's true. Like for any goods and services, especially when we talk about the products, design and packaging is very important. Design is always a communication. I can give you a small example. Mr. Mohanty is the right person if I'm wrong or not. You go to the vegetable shop, right? You're buying a lot of vegetables. You see all the vegetables are keeping up in a proper way. potato in a one area, tomatoes in a one area, because design is all about the communication, which is very important. And packaging is, again, as Mr. Bidandas, he said, it's very important for eye catching. Thank you so much, Mr. Bidandas. Now, I would like to request Mr. R.S. Nongri, Assistant Director from MSME Development Institute, Shillong. Mr. Nongri is speak about Udyam registration, GEM, and MSME development, which is very important. So kindly, I would like to request all of you to kindly, this is also important along with other agendas. So please be more attentive on this. Over to you, Mr. Nongri.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pranjal. First of all, I express my thanks to Mr. Pranjal and the Indian Chamber of Commerce for inviting me to this workshop. Then I also would like to thank the panelists, Mr. Sujit Kumar Mahanti and Ranjan, and those others who are online. At this session, I will be delivering you some lectures, brief lecture on GEM registration and GEM. Of course, as I'm not a lecturer, as I'm not a professor, you can't expect me a very good lecture like Mr. Mohanty was delivering. But the basic is that we should understand what is it. That only I can give you. Otherwise, you can't expect a very good, a very short and sweet lecture. Before I take to the presentation, I would like to just brief what is Udyam registration. I think some of you might be knowing, right? How many of you? So just raise your hand. How many of you knows what is Udyam registration? Only one, two, few knows. Means those who have practically availed the benefit of the government of India, then they know what is it. But those who have not started, who are yet to avail, then they will know. Udyam registration, it is a simple form of registration with the government of India as an enterprise. So it is very simple also to register. And now the government of India for this simple registration is giving free of cost to all of us. So the very first point is that I request you all, once you start your business, or even if you are going to start your business as an enterprise, before you set up your enterprise, please be on board with the Udyam registration portal in order to avail the benefit, which few benefits I'll be showing you in the presentation. In order to avail these benefits, please be on board with the Udyam registration portal as and when you start your enterprise. So may I request the presentation, please? Give in full screen, so in full screen. This, as I have told you, the Udyam registration, it is a new MSME registration. Means for any startup, for any businessman. Business in the sense that either a manufacturer or a service provider. MSME registration is known as Udyam registration, as I have told you, and the portal for Udyam registration is this udyamregistration.gov.in. Yeah, this is the site, udyamregistration.gov.in. is the site for Udyam registration, because nowadays so many fraud websites are there. So be careful with that. Last time, just very recently, one person came to me and he said that for registration, they charge him 3,500. I told him, no, it's free. Then you might have been trapped through a wrong website, through a fraud website. So be careful. Use this word gov.in or nic.in. Those two are the government portal. So be aware with this. And this Udyam registration is enforced with effect from 1st July 2020. Prior to this, it was Udyog Aadhaar registration. And prior to this 2015 or of the time period of Udyog Aadhaar registration, it was EM Part 1 and EM Part 2. Okay. Okay. This, as I've told you, this Udyam registration started with effect from 1st July 2020. And now the question is, who can register with Udyam registration? For new registration means for those entrepreneurs, service provider or manufacturer who have not yet registered as MSME. Before you start your business as a service provider or manufacturer, you can be on board with Udyam registration. That is under new registration. And then re-registration means for those who have registered themselves with EM2, means Entrepreneur Memorandum, and Udyog Aadhaar Memorandum. And for this, the last date was already over. Now, whoever is doing means fresh like you will be doing as new registration. And then these trade vendors also in the year 2021 during the pandemic to help for priority lending to the street vendors. The Ministry of MSME Government of India allowed the street vendors also to be on board with Udyam registration, but restricted to only for priority lending, only in order to help them to avail the loan from their banks. They have been allowed to be on board with Udyam registration. But the other facilities in which the manufacturers and the service provider, which are availed by them, will not be available to the street vendors. And as I have noted here also, beware of fake registration site projecting as government website. As I have told you, beware with that. Go to the site udyamregistration.gov.in for registration. Next, please. And then very simple. As I have told you, very simple. It's very simple. Even from mobile phone, we can register. We can be on board with Udyam registration. We only need to have Aadhaar, a mobile number linked with Aadhaar, a PAN card, bank account, email ID of the enterprise, and for those whose turnover has exceeded 20 lakhs per year annually, they need also the GST. So it is very simple. Next. And as I have told you, now benefits of Udyam registration. What are the, of course, here I have mentioned only few. There are so many benefits which can be availed once you have been on board with Udyam registration. But here I mentioned few, and this will be the permanent registration and basic identification number of an enterprise. Once you have registered under Udyam registration, it is a permanent registration and a basic identification number for that particular enterprise. Along with Udyam registration, enterprise may register themselves on GEM. That will come later on. Samadhan portal. This portal also means the one which is related to the payments, delayed payments of MSMEs. That is called Samadhan portal. So you can also avail the benefit of this portal. And MSME can also be on board on trades receivable discount system. You'll get some discounts on platform. Then MSME can also avail the benefit of schemes of the Ministry of MSME, such as credit guarantee scheme, as explained earlier by the general manager. About this credit guarantee scheme, you have heard before. So you cannot claim that I should be given credit guarantee until and unless you have been on board with Udyam registration. The bank will not accept your application for loan until and unless you have been registered with the Ministry of MSME. Then public procurement policy. On the public procurement policy, that 25% of the annual purchase of every central government department, central public sector undertakings of the government of India cannot be availed until and unless you have registered yourself as the MSME, means under Udyam registration portal. Some here, just to interrupt, a very few example even from here from Meghalaya. Mr. I think some of you, all of you might be knowing this Mr. Pathao, the one who is contesting this election from Maulai. He is also an entrepreneur who availed this benefit of public procurement policy. He was a service provider, security. He was able to supply this manpower at Nikrims. First of all, Nehu, because of this public procurement policy, he took the advantage of this and was able to supply this manpower. And now he became the crorepati. And then another very small example among the manufacturer. Have you heard about this country spice? Have you heard this country spice? Is there any representative from country spice here? No one, I think. They also took the advantage of the Ministry of MSME. They registered themselves. They registered themselves with the Ministry of MSME, and they were able to participate in trade fair abroad because they have been on board with the Ministry of MSME. Then PMGP second loan also, you won't be able to get the second loan on the PMGP until and unless you have registered with UDIAM registration. Then public procurement policy, government tenders and protection against delayed payment. As I have told you before, this delayed payment can never be protected until and unless you have been on board with UDIAM registration. Then, as I have told you, street vendors will be eligible only for priority lending. Okay, next, please. As I have told you, this public procurement policy, what is the benefit of this? Why people have been on board with UDIAM registration? Because especially service provider and also the manufacturer, they have been on board with the UDIAM registration to avail this benefit of the public procurement policy, like exemption of fee tender document. Then this minimum 25 procurement annual purchase, they avail this benefit, as I have cited the example, and especially for women. This another target of 4% was given to women, 3% for women enterprise. And in the tender, if suppose the L1, the lowest bidder, is from other parties other than MSE, then in that case also the MSEs will be given the opportunity to supply up to 15%, subject to the condition that he will supply at the rate as quoted by another L1, lowest bidder. That is also the benefit of under procurement policy once you have been on board with UDIAM registration. Next, please. Then, as of now, 358, of course, I mistyped that, 358 items continue to be reserved for exclusively for purchases from MSEs, so micro and small, means those who have registered under UDIAM registration. Exceptional is that defense armaments, import, weapon system, missiles, etc. These are exempted. Even if you are manufacturing these things, you will not get the benefit of public procurement policy because of their unique importance, unique nature. Okay, next, please. These I have already spoken to you. Then next. Other importance, PPP is not applicable to traders. I have told you, if you are just a mere trader, you won't get the benefit of a public procurement policy. The works contract is not covered under PPP. Works contract, work is not covered under PPP. This one, please note. And then the policy does not provide benefit for exemption from security deposit until and unless you are an MSME. You have registered under UDIAM registration. The PPP 2012 is applicable only to central. As of now, state government also is implementing this policy. Even if you submit a bid with the state government, if you participate in the bid with the state government, you have to be an MSME registered in order to avail the benefit. Now, as of in the case of Meghalaya, every department is doing the same as what we from Central are doing. Then installation of any projects falls under the service category and may avail the benefit. As I have told you, one service construction, some of you might be knowing, must be BLS construction. Have you heard about that? That also they avail the benefit of this PPP, and they have been able to install this solar light almost in every places of Meghalaya. And that particular person, he is also now becoming the crorepati because of they are intelligent enough. They are intelligent enough to avail the benefit in which the government is given to us, especially for people of Northeast and SC/ST. They took that advantage. The next, government e-marketplace. First, just an introduction. What is a government e-marketplace? GEM. This is a one-stop shop. Now we are mandated to purchase from GEM, except for a very small amount. Otherwise, we have to go on GEM. Whatever item is available on GEM. GEM is similar to this Amazon, Flipkart, and so on. So because in private, they are having this kind of market, online market. So also government is introducing this kind of market in which we from government department and CPSE have to purchase the goods from this only. And the benefits that MSMEs are getting from this is that there is a filter. Once we log into this portal, there is a filter that whether we need to purchase from MSEs or not. So once we register, you register with UDIAM registration, you will also be able to register on the GEM as an MSEs. As I have told you that 25%. So 25% if we purchase, if we purchase from GEM, 25% of whatever order we have to make in a year, we have to take from MSE who have registered on GEM. So they will get, means MSEs will get the benefit of this GEM portal, will be able to supply goods and services through GEM. And now we are mandated to take the service of GEM. So next. This I have already explained. So next. Marketing support scheme. Means once you have been on board with GEM, of course, one example I have cited you with this country spice, you will also be able to avail the benefit of this procurement and marketing support schemes, like participation of individual MSEs in domestic trade fair, international workshop and seminars. You can also participate. Then you will also be able to, if you are an industry association, if you form an industry association, you can also organize this trade fair. The ministry will be helping. And you can also, of course, I have not mentioned all, but you can also participate in the international trade fair seminar and all through one scheme called the international cooperation. Next. Next. As I have told you, under this international cooperation, you will be able to participate in the international conference, seminar and all. And one which I have noted here is that if you have registered with UDIAM registration portal, means you will also get the benefit of the export benefit. In simple word, is the export benefit. That one-time registration fee, membership fee, which you are paying for export. That will be reimbursed by the Ministry of MSME. And the export insurance, because while doing export, we have to insure the products. That premium in which you are paying for insurance of the product will reimburse 100% of the premium. And the testing of the quality of the products, which is meant for export, will also be reimbursed up to 75% of the total expenditure, total cost. So that is the benefit of being an MSMEs under this international cooperation. Next. As I have told you earlier, this collateral free loan, and as the GM of State Bank has already told you, so I think I don't need to explain you here anymore, right? Because once you have been on board with MSMEs, then the bank will will accept your application. Otherwise, automatically reject. That's all from my side. Of course, I didn't prepare much presentation because you will be, if I give you all the benefits, if I mention all the benefits, then you will get mingled up. You won't be able, you'll be able to learn nothing. That's why only the few which are the most important I have just noted. So if you have any query, I'll give you 5 minutes time, because me also, as I'm on election duty, I don't have time to be in the interaction session. Please don't mind. This time, please don't mind. So please ask me. Pardon?
What is hello? For registration for ODM, that means we can register only for this food items, products, or we can register for other things like clothing and
Food means what? Whether you are processing, you are producing.
yes, that food processing. Yes.
Yes. Food processing. Yes. Any manufacturing or service enterprise can be on board on UDM registration.
Okay. Then what about regarding, so suppose like we have some tailoring unit or fashion designer unit. Yes.
That involves a
That-
process.
Yes.
That involves a process, means production.
Okay.
Tailoring also can be on board on the UDM registration.
Okay, sir. Sir, for register this, but this document we need. But suppose if it doesn't have GST, that means the register can be done.
Yes, of course.
Okay, sir.
For those whose turnover is less than 20 lakhs annually,
Yeah.
you can do it out
GST.
GST, but later on, you will have to apply for GST.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
The registration will be available, like for example, for society, or it will go only for entrepreneur, or
Societies, self-help groups, all can be registered. Partnerships, all can be registered once your activity involves either manufacturing or services. But
okay.
an activity must be there. At least an activity must be there, either manufacturing or services.
Okay, that it'll be all the, for example, like for the starting entrepreneur, or for the registration will be done only for the person who already settled it, or maybe for the person who have a plan but trying to do.
Yes.
So it'll be available.
Just to interrupt you, as I have told you, a person who have not yet started his enterprise also can register. But there is an option, whether there is an option while you do registration, that whether you have started your business or not.
Thank
Whether
you.
enterprise means activities has been started or not. You in that option, you just take no. Don't take yes, because you have not started the enterprise.
Okay, thank you.
So regarding this benefit for the one for register for manufacture and service, what about this trading and traders and,
Traders are not allowed.
and producer?
Producers, they are manufacturers only.
Okay. And does this trader benefit for this export like insurance you have?
No. If you are as a mere trader, you won't get the benefit of this under international cooperation scheme. But if you are a manufacturer or service provider, then only you will be availed this benefit.
Thank you, sir.
So anyone else? Okay, tell.
Hello. Sir, may I know what's the difference between the cooperative society and this medium station?
You see, cooperative society, you register under one portal, which is called, I forgot. Do you remember? What is the portal for registration of this society? Actually, it's with me, but I just forget right now.
It is not audible.
You see, that cooperative society, that doesn't belong to the Ministry of MSME. That's all I can say. But the benefits as an MSME, you can avail only if you have registered with Udyam registration. Even if you have registered in this under the Indian Society Act, you can also register yourself under Udyam registration. That I can say. Anyone else? Yes, yes. Mhm. Ah,
They have been removed from the priority sector lending list because they are not registered under
Udyam registration.
Udyam registration. What
Yes.
what happened? Reserve Bank mandated when Corona started.
Ah,
They said ki all the units which are under stress they have to be uh, restructured, right? Now we restructured all the accounts left, right, and center without obtaining the GST, without obtaining those URNs. Now we are facing a lot of difficulty in getting people to register under URN also. And what I get to understand, because I am here for only 3-4 months, what I get to understand from people ki they have not obtained their Aadhaar as well. And until and unless they obtain their Aadhaar, URN registration would be difficult, right?
yeah, it will be difficult until and unless they have the Aadhaar, then
Yes,
we can't
yes.
register under this Udyam registration also.
So,
So in that
it
case,
is for the participants also. Before starting any venture, you just register yourself so that you don't face any difficulty. You see,
exactly.
this restructuring. Initially, when Corona struck, they thought ki businesses need to be restructured, right? So we did it in a heap. But from now on, government may not allow units to be restructured if they are not registered under URN. So URN registration is, I think, a mandatory thing, and we all must do it before
Exactly.
starting any.
Before you start your business, before we start business, it is mandatory that you register with us. You see, government is not saying that Udyam registration is mandatory for all, but we feel that it is mandated at the time when we have faced the problem, like what sir is saying, that they can't get loan, they can't avail loan because they don't have this Udyam registration. So that time only the person who was denied of the benefit will understand that this Udyam registration is mandatory. So my point is that before you face that problem, being the enterprise, prospective and existing, be on board before, so that you won't face that such kind of rejections or problems in the future.
I'll just what Mr. Nongbri has said. I mean, it's really interesting. You mentioned about Pathao and his success story of becoming a crorepati. It is quite inspiring because, Mr. Pathao also is one of the service providers for our institution.
Okay.
Now, one of the main things which all of you should also understand. Now, these perspectives are very important. He's saying from the banker's perspective. He's saying from the government's registration perspective. Now, I will say from the government user's perspective, because since you mentioned GEM, now we are a user. I mean, as a government organization, as a user, sometimes what happens, we do not get local, local organizations registered under GEM. And for a simple thing, we have to go all the way to Guwahati. Now, there is a huge market out there, which we have to understand. So, I mean, what Nongbriji is saying is that it's very, very important for the registration, and these registrations will help these small entrepreneurs to come under the ambit of the government organizations. And the number of government organizations that are available in Meghalaya is tremendous. So, and you can easily target those organizations, government organizations, because we have to, I mean, as a government employee, as a government organization, we cannot, bypass GEM. And when we go to GEM, we do not have local suppliers. We have to, depend on Delhi. We have to depend on Guwahati. We have to depend on Calcutta. So that, Why should that business go out to, out of the state when that thing can very easily be supplied within the framework of the state? So we have been, I mean, these forums are a great opportunity for the entrepreneurs to realize this importance. And one of the things which, please correct me, sir, if I'm wrong.
Okay.
GEM registration is very important if you want to get associated with government purchase.
Exactly. That's why I'm also saying that be on board with GEM.
Yeah.
Be on board with GEM. First of all, be on board with the UDM registration, then be on board with GEM. Then only you will be the supplier to us.
Yes. So that we can, once you are there, you are listed. Once you are there on the database, we will know that, okay, there is a local supplier. And as a government, institution, our preference will go to the government, to the local suppliers. We will never be, going to the, outside agencies. So please think in those terms, all the entrepreneurs, what your products are. And one of the things which I would also say, a little bit of research is very important with regards to placing your products. Why that research is important is, when I was making this presentation, I said, who is your target audience? Now, are you targeting individuals who are not a part of the government setup? That is one kind of thing. Are you targeting government establishments? Now, if you are targeting government establishments, please understand what the requirements of these establishments are. So if you understand the requirements, you will be always in a position to cater to the needs of these establishments, what they require. Mostly, and when government orders, when government purchases happen, they happen in a bulk. It's not 500 or 1,000 rupees. They'll happen, in lakhs and lakhs. So that is a wonderful, business opportunity for your, local enterprises to also grow and bloom. I mean, why again I'm coming to that Mr. Pathao's example is, it's a classic example of how Mr. Pathao has used the, services which are there available for, by the government for the local entrepreneurs. We just need to understand, have that idea, link everything together and execute it. You trust me, in a span of 3, 4, 5 years, you will see your businesses growing, one step after the other.
That's why from my side also, I'm saying, take the benefit. Take the benefit when the government is giving such kind of opportunities. Don't miss it. Otherwise, later on, when we register on GEM also, registration fee will be a big amount that we don't know. If registration on UDM registration also, registration fee will be a big amount that we don't know. And another thing, if you register in GEM as an MSC, the minimum caution money that you have to keep in the virtual account is 5,000. That amount is very less. But if you register as a trader, the minimum amount of caution money you have to keep 50,000. That's the difference. That's also the difference. So avail the benefit, take the advantage at the right time, grasp the opportunity at the right time. Because here also so many government organizations, central, state also are there. Among the central government organizations, we are bound to purchase from the outsiders. I'm telling you, outsiders in the sense that people outside Meghalaya. Here, when the local suppliers are there, when the local manufacturers are there, why we are bound to purchase from outside? Because they have not been on board on GEM, as Saraf told us. None of us have been on board on GEM. The requirement cannot be fulfilled by the local entrepreneur. So take the advantage at the right time. As Saroso was saying, I'm also saying the same and the same thing again and again. So any other question? Or okay, please.
Sir, I have done my EM2 registration. Do I have to change that into UDM?
You have to. Now you see, up to 2021, and that change was disallowed. So now you have to register as a fresh units under UDM registration.
Okay.
Are you having the Aadhaar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, then thanks a lot. Let's hope that we meet again and again.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Longring. I'll just give you a very small example about Udyom. I'm sure you must have heard about there is an organization called Chili Breeze based in Meghalaya. They have Udyom. Recently, they have we actually I'll just let you know because you are handling MSME. As Mr. Longwing was explaining about IC scheme, those who are having Udyom, they are getting the benefits of market linkages through exhibitions, either in the domestic exhibition or international exhibitions. Recently, we had Abu Dhabi International Exhibition. That was a food exhibition. And we invited Jajira, not Jajira, Chili Breeze. They had 7,000 steps coffees. The entire, almost 80% or 90% amount is going to be reimbursed. Probably in next, it's under approval from ministry. In next few months, they will get the reimbursement. So this is the benefit of Udyom, right? So please go for the Udyom. And regarding for GEM also, there are so many PSUs here in Northeast. Even we have been doing vendor development program. If Mr. Nongrim, if you can recommend to Guwahati office, MSME DFO, we should conduct a vendor development program here. Recently, we have done the vendor development program for 2 days in Nagaland. What we found, I mean, PSUs, those who came, like Indian Railways, Airport Authority of India, because as you said, it's a mandate for all the PSUs to go through. Even there's a mandate for women entrepreneurs. Like, I think there's some percentage. But unfortunately, we don't have people on board on GEM. So we are only just blaming each other. Like PSUs are requesting MSME department to kindly register. MSMEs are requesting to the entrepreneurs to kindly come to Udyom. And obviously entrepreneurs are blaming all of us that government is not supporting us. Anyways, let us move towards the next speaker. We have Dr. Saju Adhikari. Mr. Saju Adhikari, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adhikari. Mr. Dr. Saju Adhikari, he is going to speak about on organic certification and market linkages and he's business development manager from APEDA, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Over to you, Dr. Adhikari.
Thank you. Please operate my PPT from your side, na?
Yeah,
Hello,
we
Pranjali.
can see you. Your voice, can you just start your dialogue so we can quickly review on vocal? Dr. Adhikari, are you there? Dr. Adhikari,
Hello.
is there any network issue
I
over
am
there?
audible.
Yeah, you are audible now. Yes.
Yeah. Please start PPT from your side, na?
Okay. Do you want us to run the presentation? Yeah.
Yeah, from your side.
Just a moment.
Okay. First of all, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am APEDA, Agriculture and Processed Food Product Export Development Authority, Government India. APEDA basically.
Dr. Adhikari, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Please move on.
Start.
Let's see.
Hello.
It's not online. The screen is not online. Screen.
Is there any problem to sharing your presentation?
Yeah, it's the same problem we are facing. Just he's trying. Hey, Dr. Adhikari, can you run it from your side?
Okay, okay, I will try. Okay, 1 minute.
Dr. Adhikari, now you can start your presentation from your side. Probably there are some.
Okay, you visible,
Sir,
huh?
please make it a
Ranjan
full
ji?
screen.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
okay.
can now you can make it a full screen, Dr. Adhikari.
Okay,
Yes.
clearly
Thank
visible,
you
huh?
so much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Please move.
Okay, okay, okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thanks to ICC and others members, organizing member for organizing these types of workshops. Today, I discuss on organic certification and market linkage. Basically, I am from APEDA, Agriculture and Processed Food Product Export Development Authority. We are basically export promoting organization, come under Ministry of Industry and Commerce, Government of India. We all know about organic certifications. APEDA mainly work export, and organic certification purpose, APEDA work as a secretariat, directly not involved, but 24 number of certification agencies work under leadership of APEDA. First of all, what is organic agriculture? I don't know if people are related to connect with agriculture background in this conference hall, but we all want organic food. Because we all know Northeast is a God-gifted land. Each and every state is a huge potential in organic food products and vegetables and others things. Only Sikkim state 2016 government India declared is a organic state. But when we go to our data books, then we show only 0.5% land area in our Northeast is a organic. So in future, APEDA and other government body and tremendously work on how to improve the organic certification area day by day. So that is the reason APEDA is a work is tremendously in the northeast area. So what is the organic? First of all, what is organic agriculture? Organic means without synthetic or chemical products. We use only our local products. Otherwise, FIM, compost, vermicompost, that type of material is called organic agriculture. And second, is there need for organic certification? Why need organic certification? Two point I discuss about why need organic certification. First, farmer point of view. First, when you produce an organic product, then you earn more money. We are Indian, eat no demand for the food safety purpose and it's good or not. We only basically eat each and every product. But when we go for export purpose, so we need a specific organic product or organic logo. Just like you export UK, USA, Australia, that time you need a certification or logo, Indian organic logo and other some agency or country specific logo. So that point of view, organic certificate is needed. And second, or organic and health. Especially we are lots of vegetables. So if you go through organic, your health and your environment, it's good. This is just some diagram. Two point of view. You have seen clearly on consumer point of view and consumer point of view is look at healthy and healthy. So pay you to hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So your consumer pay you sufficient amount. So your income is much more compared to conventional produce materials. And now, what is organic certification? Organic certification is a procedure which a third party gives a written assurance that a product, process, or service is in conformity with certain standard. Means you maintain some standard. Standard means what type of standard is the organic standard. And later I discuss about details. And the key to organic certification, 4 important key for organic certification. First, accreditation. Second, standards. Third, inspection. And fourth, certification. Accreditation means guarantee. Means in certification body you fulfill, thereafter you got your certification. And standard means not quality, it is a method of production. Require minimum requirement with best practices. And third is inspection on-site visit by inspection authority and some local or international agencies. Thereafter you got your certificate. That process product is compliance with the prescribed standard, and mention is you have seen a certified logo, some logo. And there are some international organic standards, IFOMA, Codex, United EU regulation, Demeter. Organizations. And organic process. If you start your organic certification, at first you study briefly for organic certification. Thereafter, you start your journey. Without proper homework, you do not engage in this process. It is a very complex process. Not a organic certification is not a very easy or simple process. So before start organic certification, you study carefully to our NPOP website and our APATA websites. Read carefully. Otherwise, your great opportunity, your ICR Research Complex, UMIAM Northeast organic division are present. So you at first you contact with the some specialist or professors or researcher. Thereafter you start your journey. And fast and conversion period must be organic. Okay. Product used in organic product. Or second thing is had about cotton and recently government of India was approved GM mustard. But in organic process we do not use genetically any product, a seed, pollen, transgenic plant or other material. So we use only for organic plant material or local seeds. India provided the organic material, then you use for your organic certification process. Second, fertilizer policy. Fertilizer policy you use only for organic material like FYM, compost, vermicompost, that type of material, or like rock phosphate, gypsum, mica. Okay, not use urea, DAP, SSP, that type of material not used for organic certification process. Third, pest and disease management. Pest and disease and weed is important for maintaining, important for your production purpose. Planting material you use just like neem for control of pest and disease. Weed management you hand weeding otherwise machine. No use any chemical fertilizer, chemical pesticide or herbicides. And second, soil and water conservation. Soil and water play key role for organic certification purpose. Soil plus before you start your organic certification, you test your soil and water. Otherwise, heavy metal content in soil and water. So APETA also provide assist to test your soil and waters. Third, organic certification. Yeah, this is the diagram pictorial. Those set in blue needs or of organic need or agriculture certification for export. First, farmer, then processor. Processor means farmer to refrigerator also need a organic certification. Thereafter, transport means air cargo or different vehicles. Thereafter, exporter, the shipping transport. Shipping transport also need container, need organic certification. Thereafter, trader and retailer. Thereafter, consumer. So all the things are need organic certification. So organic certification not a easy and simple process, is a complex process. Before you start, you study properly. Thereafter, you start your journey. Next, level of type of certification. Three type of level of certification. First party verification. First party verification means the procedure with install internal control system, means buyer, producer and consumer know each other. And second party verification means consumer or inspect farm before marketing agreement or activity takes place. This type of certification actually example is community supported agriculture, means local agriculture officer or local horticulture officer, local ICR bodies officer support you for certification purpose. Third party certification, it is the relationship between supporter and buyer, just like you buyer and we are supporter, is called third party certification. But all our certification process certified by some certification bodies. Now it is certification process. Time scale very important. What time you start your journey, then choose certification body. Certification body you choose under with the help of APETA. Okay, and then those certification body help you to the future for certification process, for preparation of DART, preparation of your inspection procedure, or also give some source of information how to collect an organic material from different place. Yeah, this is the how to gain organic certification. This is the pictorial diagram. First choice certification body. So you choose your certification body through APETA. Then certification would advise you. Thereafter, prepare a submit application. And third, received application. And if a certification body inspect your field. After inspection, submitted report in considering by certified department. Thereafter, after submission of certificate, compliance of issue during accreditations. After that, you got your organic license issue. This is just some diagram of organic certification procedure. First of all, application. Thereafter, certification assignment by certification agency. Thereafter, inspect your field. After that, inspection report to be submitted, certification committee. Thereafter, certification committee deliberation report, and last release of certification decisions. And this is for smallholder farmers. Same procedure. And this is the thereafter moderate, then 100% organic, second 95% organic, organic ingredient right 70% organic, and last 70% organic. Now, role of APEDA for organic certification. APEDA work as a secretariat for implementation and FB, also support some training program for awareness for organic certification, also evaluation, accreditation, surveillance and monitoring of certification bodies. And most important, APEDA promote Indian organic logo. It is very important. And also NOP and fix the NOP standard. USDA means some Switzerland based certification bodies, especially for our UK oriented. And now come to the market linkage. Market linkage, APEDA mainly work on export. So if you want some market, so at first you join with us APEDA as a member. It is a very simple and easy process. First of all, you know, if possible, please note down. First of all, you register DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade. You apply IEC certificate, Import Export Code certificate. Import certificate. Thereafter, you come our APEDA website and apply APEDA register member. Fees APEDA RCMC for 5,900 for 5 years. Thereafter, APEDA provide your international buyer for your product specific, and also invite some buyer seller meet, international buyer seller meet, and if you want some training, so APEDA send you for national or international exhibitions and fair, that type of support give you APEDA if you want. Okay, but last I told you, if you want organic certificate, please those who belong to Meghalaya, please visit ICR Northeastern Regional Complex Umiam for organic division. Okay. Thank you. If any query or question, please feel free to ask me.
Yeah, now we are, thank you so much, Dr. Adhikari. Now we are moving towards the question answer session. So if you have any question towards our speakers, panelists, offline, online, I'm requesting all the panelists to kindly raise your hand so we can connect you with the speakers.
Okay, then
we have questions. Like,
okay.
So regarding to this organic certification, so in case we have to register, we have to clarify regarding this, so we have to go to ICR office.
Yes. ICR, you visit your ICR office, organic division. Also, you reference use APEDA names or my names for your certification. Senior scientist Dr. Jayanto Laik. Okay, agronomy division. Dr. Jayanto Laik, agronomy divisions. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You use my name, Dr. Saju Adhikari. Sir, help you.
We have one more question from Bishal, Mr. Bishal Bhaumik, who's sitting online.
Okay.
Mr. Bishal, can you just a moment? Yeah, Mr. Bishal, can you unmute yourself and speak?
Yeah, Vishal, please unmute yourself.
Vishal, can you unmute yourself so you can keep your questions? Okay, we can move towards any other questions, please? From APEDA, from State Bank of India, from NIFT. Okay, so it's considered like everything has been resumed, like with all the queries. So now we are with this end. of this session. Thank you so much to all the panelists. I would like to give my extend our thanks to Mr. N. Babu. He's a Deputy Registrar of Trademarks and GI Trademarks Registry, Kolkata, from Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Thank you so much, Mr. Babu, for joining us and giving us your valuable time. We would like to extend our thanks to Mr. Piyush Ranjan Swain. He's Assistant General Manager, SME, State Bank of India. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. We also would like to extend our thanks to Mr. Sujit Kumar Mohanty, Assistant Professor, National Institute of Fashion Technology. He has given the thought on design management technology, which was very important, of course, along with the various MSME financing schemes, which has been addressed by Mr. Piyush. Thank you so much, Mr. Sujit Kumar Mohanty, for joining us. Thank you so much. We would also like to extend our thanking to Mr. Bidhan Das. Mr. Bidhan Das, who has joined virtually from Kolkata. He's a Deputy Director and Regional Head from Indian Institute of Packaging under the Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Government of India. Thank you so much, Mr. Das. And we are sure that your presentation was quite useful. And we will share your presentations with all our delegations. We would also like to extend our thanking to Mr. R.S. Nongri, who is Assistant Director from MSME Development Institute under the Ministry of MSME, Government of India. He has addressed on Udyom, GEM and MSME development, as we all discussed about the importance of Udyom and GEM. So kindly please consider this. We would also like to extend our thanking to Dr. Saju Adhikari, Business Development Manager from APEDA under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, who has given a detailed presentation on the organic certifications and market linkages. Please get in touch with Dr. Saju Adhikari for these benefits. I would also like to extend my thanks to Department of Commerce, Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Government of India, for giving us the opportunity to organize this 2 days capacity building workshop for entrepreneurship development and export oriented skill, which we have been organizing in entire Northeast. We would also like to extend our thanking to Prime Meghalaya. It was very indeed very much appropriate platform that we can organize such kind of activity here at Prime Meghalaya and connect with the entrepreneurs. So we are sure that we'll be keep on continuing this journey along with Prime Meghalaya. Thank you so much for your assistance. I would also like to extend my thanking to all the delegates who has been joining us offline and online since last 2 days. And indeed, it was a nice interactive session with you all. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, all the audience who has joined us virtually as well. And we are sure that we'll be connecting again soon. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining us. Let us join for the lunch. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, we have Mr. Piyush Ranjan. Of course, please.
From the photograph, I would also, really request the young entrepreneurs, if you feel to visit an institution like LIFT, please feel free to come to our institution. Just, feel free to tell my name and you can just come down. You can see what we are doing, how you can use those technology and the know-how to integrate into what you are doing. We may not be working in all the areas where you are working, but these interactions should not stop. That is what, Pranjalji has already said very carefully. So just feel free, drop by, talk to our students, talk to the faculty members. You will get a lot of insight and you can take your businesses forward. And what happens with regards to, the businesses is, how do we go forward? That is where the main roadblock is. You are experts in your own areas. We just have to, show you the right path. And I think that will be the end. So please feel free to come to our organization.